Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology.
Hi everyone, welcome to Sathyabama lecture series. I am Dr. Geetha from IT department. Today I am going to deliver a lecture in the topic Introduction to Machine Learning. Machine Learning and also with the data analytics concepts. Initially we are going to see what is machine learning. That is the definition of machine learning and why it is called machine learning. The machine learning called by the name machine learning by itself. That is how we are learning by the content. So by the surrounding, we are watching the people, we are getting some experiences, from that only we are getting the knowledge. The same way machine is learning by itself by giving input data. So here how a machine can learn. So here there is a sample picture given here, that is how human being learning from experiences. Likewise machine can also learn some knowledge by the given instructions. So here the definition has been given. Machine learning is said as a subset of artificial intelligence that is mainly concerned with the development of algorithms which allow a computer to learn from the data and past experiences on their own. So this concept was introduced by Arthur Samuel in 1959. So we can define it as summarized by the following definition. Machine learning enables a machine to automatically learn from the data, improve the performance from experience, and to predict the things without being explicitly programmed. So this is the diagram given. This is the basic diagram. So from how the machine learning has been defined, the initial stage was artificial intelligence. So around 1950s to 1980s it was used, and then machine learning was in boom in the year of 1990s to 2000, and for the past 2 decades deep learning was started to use. That's the part of machine learning. So how does it work? Everyone knows now, we understood what is the basic concept of machine learning. Next we will see how does it work. So here the machine learn the data by the input labels, that is called training data. So here, so the accuracy of the predicted output depends upon the amount of data, as the huge amount of data helps to build a better model which predicts the output more accurately. So first the input data has to be given, that we will see in the next slide with the example. So this is the basic diagram where you can see how the input has been given to the machine as a data set. So input past data training, so that will be given as the input to the machine learning algorithms, and then with the help of logical models, it will be given to the new data as output. So this is how the input has been given to the machine learning and the output has been derived. So this is the sample data. In this slide, we will see how the sample data given as an input to the system, that is AI, and then how the output data has been retrieved. So this is the sample, and then this from here the image features will be extracted. So from here the training labels and training set will be given as an input. So finally the learned model is the final input that has been given to the machine. So from this learned model only machine will identify what data it has learned and what has to be produced to the users. So from here testing data, image as features has been given. So that is compared with the learned model and final prediction has been done. This is the regular procedure of identifying data with the techniques of machine learning. So here we have certain 6 rows with some modules with different pictures, and by giving one image, that is sample, here we have apple image, by giving this is a test image, this will be compared with already existing images, and then finally this image will be produced as the output by predicting the data. And next example. So how the example are used nowadays in our real world and many application, how it is used. So there are prediction, image recognition, speech recognition, then medical diagnosis and financial, in many area it is used. So how it is predicted. So when you are giving some data to some application, so how it will be predicted and it will be developed and produced as a output. So image recognition, for example in Facebook, if you give some data that is stored in the local storage or server, so it will be tagged. When you try to tag, it will be shown an image. So that is image recognition. Then speech recognition, we know Alexa and Google Assistant and all. So that will be coming under speech recognition. Then medical diagnosis, by giving the patient's data, that is blood test reports or scan images, the disease can be identified. Then financial industry and trading, that is by the customer's history, they can identify the customer transactions, and by the card details, they can identify what are all the fraud deduction, fraud histories and all. By these ways, ML is used as a real world applications. This is the basic formula for ML, a very basic. That is how the application has been identified. whenever we want to implement a ML function, there are two variables used, x and y. So that is with the help of x, y has been identified. For example, if you are applying for a loan in a bank, how they will judge that is we will pay the loan or not? By our bank statements. So our income is a certain amount, they will transfer a loan. So we are eligible to loan sanction only with our input data. Input data is nothing but our bank statements and with the income. This is how the application will be started. So this is the training, given a training set of labeled examples x, y, then estimate the prediction function if minimizing the prediction error in the training set. If there is any error, no, this formula will not be calculated. So when we are giving the input data, it must be accurate and proper. So at testing, when we apply F2 and never before seen test, example x and output the predicted value y equal to f of x. Finally, y equal to f of x is a formula to derive an application. Next, we are moving to the types of machine learning, supervised learning and unsupervised learning. This is very basic, very important steps in machine learning. So these four classifications are very important. By learning these four classifications only, in future we can learn more advanced topics in machine learning. In supervised learning, we have classification and regression, and in unsupervised learning, we have clustering and association. We will see this one by one. First, classification, regression under supervised, and clustering and association under unsupervised. So this is the overall diagram in which you can see all the applications or types of machine learning, in which is in blue color, that is unsupervised learning, which has clustering and dimensionality reduction. Even after clustering, we have more types, as well as in dimensionality reduction, we have some types. And then in supervised learning, we have classification, regression. These two are the very important algorithms used in machine learning nowadays. In all the applications, these two algorithms are used. Again, in classification, we have certain categories, as well as in regression also we have certain categories. And then reinforcement learning also, this is not used much as supervised and unsupervised, but still reinforcement learning also major plays role here. Real-time decisions, game AI, then skill acquisition, robot navigation and learning task. Next, we are going to see the supervised learning algorithms. See, supervised learning algorithms used to mainly classify a data. This is very important purpose of supervised learning algorithm. Real-time example, very simple example I can say, filtering a mail. When a mail is receiving our inbox, important mail will be our inbox. Other than that, some social media mails, mail for some advertisements or offers, that will go to our spam automatically. So this email filtering is a very good example for classification. So in supervised learning, an AI system is presented with data which is labeled, which means that each data tagged with the correct label. So the goal is to approximate the mapping function so well that when you have new input data, that you can predict the output variables for the data. In a diagram, you can see input data has been given. So the system is classifying as a spam and not spam. Not spam is nothing but very important official mails. Suppose you are receiving from your office, that will go to primary mailbox. And spam mails, not unofficial mails will be go to spam. This is called email filtering, comes under classification of supervised learning. And this is how classification done. See, we have example of credit scoring, differentiating between low risk and high risk customers. Low risk, high risk customers means according to them, those who are paying the loan properly and those who are maintaining the transactions properly, balance properly, those who are coming under low risk customers. So how they are identifying? Identifying by their income and savings. See, we have in x-axis income and y-axis savings. So here those who are having more income and more savings coming under low risk customers, other people coming under high risk customers. So how we have the discriminant? If income greater than certain value and savings is greater than certain value, then they are identifying the customers as low risk customer and high risk customers. This is how they are classifying the customers based on their data. K nearest neighbor. The next one is nearest neighbor algorithm. So this is one of the simplest machine learning algorithm based on supervised learning technique. So input data, as I told you already the given training data sets will be having more than one data. When we are giving one single data, that will be compared with the already existing training data and the final output will be delivered. So here KNN algorithm assumes the similarity between the new case data and available cases and put the new case into the category that is most similar to the available categories. This is the very important advantage of the supervised learning algorithm, whereas in unsupervised learning algorithm we have unlabeled data. So here we have two parts, two categories. So how the data can be classified? So with the help of KNN, we can easily identify the category or class of particular data set. Consider the below diagram. So here in yellow color what we have, that is a query data point that has to be either grouped into blue color, that is one set, another either grouped into pink color. So based on the classification, the distance between these, this query data point will be added either with the blue one or will be added with the pink one. So this is how the classification can be done with the help of KNN. Next, so this is, we have a few examples like 1 nearest, 2 nearest, 3 nearest, we have so many. So in the K nearest, so here we have 2 types of data. The data has to be classified properly, which belongs to which group. See here K nearest, the plus is a K, and this is 1 nearest, so nearby 1 point has been identified, and 3 nearest, nearby 3 points has been identified. That is 2 green and 1 red, and 5 nearest, nearby 5 points has been identified. So this is how we can take the classify, and we can take the count based on the number, that is called K nearest neighbor. The next one is regression. Till now we have seen about classification, the next one is regression. Regression is what we have seen already in the beginning, that is x and y plays a major role, that is depends upon y, x varies. So how you can say you are going to purchase a car, so how the car rate will be determined. So you will be having some ideas or dreams in your mind, that is I will buy this type of car, that type of car, that is with these attributes, automatic gear or this particular color, these much accessories. So if you are adding more accessories or if you want automatic gear, means the rate will be increased. That's why I told that is x will increase depends on y, x changes depends on y. So here we have y equal wx plus w0, the price of a used car. Car attributes determines the price. So depends upon the mileage also, it varies. If it gives more mileage, that will be somewhat higher. So the car attributes, that is the facilities, types of gear, mileage, all these determines the price of a car. So these all are coming under x value. So y is the price of a car. This is called regression. Regression is the second important concept in machine learning after classification. So with the help of this x and y variable, you can define the final decision. Classification and regression comes under supervised learning algorithm. Next we will move to unsupervised learning algorithm. So what's the difference between supervised and unsupervised? Supervised learning algorithm uses labeled data, unsupervised learning algorithm uses unlabeled data. That is the very important difference. Next we will move to the explanation. Here in unsupervised algorithm, an AI system is presented with unlabeled, uncategorized data, and the system's algorithm act on the data without prior training. The output is dependent upon the coded algorithm, subjecting a system to unsupervised learning, one of the testing AI. That is, here some images are given. You can clearly understand all are different images. Whereas in supervised learning we gave similar images, here different images. So different images has been given. So similar images has been filtered. That is, Mickey Mouse coming under separate category and the ducks coming under separate category. This is how unsupervised learning algorithm works. Clustering. Next is clustering. Clustering is nothing but grouping. Group of item are there, similar items will be grouped separately. This concept is called clustering. So clustering is an important concept when it comes to the unsupervised learning algorithm. Here it will process our data and find natural clusters. It can be classified with any attributes. So here is a sample. Here the vegetables are clustered based on their shape and color. Here next one is the types of clustering. Exclusive and agglomerative, 2 types of there. Exclusive partitioning, in this clustering method data are grouped in such a way that one data belongs to the cluster only. Then example K means agglomerative, nothing but grouping clusters. From a group of data we will take our data based on our wish. That is, the cluster which we need will be taken from the group of data. So in this clustering technique, every data is a cluster. The iterative unions between the 2 nearest clusters reduce the number of clusters. Hierarchical clustering. So the right side image is a hierarchical clustering. So left side image is a K-means clustering. So here clustering has been done based on the nearby data and the data which has a very short distance. Whereas hierarchical clusters, group of data are there, from there the data are splitted and finally the major different data will be splitted together and the final data will be retrieved with a group of data, that is a hierarchical clustering. So this is coming under clustering. So the clustering is a important unsupervised learning technique method. Next, association. Association nothing but grouping. How they are grouping the data, that is, you are doing online shopping, e-commerce, they will launch a combo offer. Item 1 plus item plus 2 plus item 3 equal to 999. That is based on your search history. Shirt plus pant plus wallet equal to some amount. So they will associate the things based on your shopping history. So similar things will be grouped, or recently viewed things will be grouped. Likewise, nearby data, similar data, recently viewed data will be grouped. That concept is called association. So associating rules allow you to establish associations among data objects in say large databases. This unsupervised technique is about discovering interesting relationship between variables and databases. For example, you can say the people, those who are having some similar kind of issues or symptoms will be filtered under some disease. Or as I told you, shopping history. And the people, those who are having certain marks will be grouped under different category. Likewise, this association will be done. In the picture, we are seeing some images, that is the images based on the purchase, customer shopping history or purchase history, how the data are grouped. This is a very common algorithm everywhere you can see under association. Based on their past 2 or 3 months purchase history, how they will get the combo offer, or how the person in the shop will recommend some items to them based on their recent history. So, this is called association. This is the important technique under unsupervised learning algorithm. So, till now we have seen about supervised learning algorithm and supervised learning algorithm. I just want to tell the important things again. A supervised learning algorithm, we have classification and regression, and unsupervised learning algorithm, we have clustering and this association. Thank you.